In July 2023 budget, we had come up with 4 major supporting first-time employee, supporting and giving subsidies to the employers, making sure we come up with an internship in top 500 companies so that our youth can be exposed to what it takes to get a job. Help our 2 countries to grow and prosper.
Namaskar, this is your host Jasleen Khanuja at the Heartfulness Institute in the city of Fremont for a wonderful community reception to the Honorable Finance Minister of India, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman. Mrs. Sitharaman had previously made it to the US and had a similar kind of community reception way back in 2022. But as she mentioned, this time the crowd is bigger, the diaspora has grown, and in this facility, there are more Indian Americans who are here to welcome her.
We would be looking forward to listening to her views. Let me once again thank each one of you for sparing your time and being with her this evening. Thank you very much.
It's a beautiful evening. Mrs. Sitharaman has been greeted by some of the community leaders and CG Reddy and Ambassador Quatra, all the way from DC.
Between the President of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump, and the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. It is driven by the leadership, and under their leadership, the relationship across technology, defense, trade, investment, any aspect of activity you look at has registered very strong and substantial progress.
Raj Chahal, Council Member Santa Clara, Mr. Murli Srinivas, Vice Mayor Sunnyvale, Matthew William, Mahan Mayor San Jose, and Carmen Montano, Mayor Milpitas. Thank you, everyone.
Along with a whole delegation with different kinds of expertise in the area of finance, because the minister will be representing India in the International Monetary Fund meeting.
Interest of keeping an agreement in mind, and in the interest of our largest trading partner with whom we need to have an agreement, we are working in order that by fall this year, we should at least have the first phase of the agreement signed. So that's how we are.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a beautiful evening, as I said, and the community members are all excited. The minister has also expressed her happiness and congratulated Indian Americans for representing India in the heart of Silicon Valley. And as she mentioned, that Silicon Valley is leading as an example for so many other Bangalores, as she said, which means so many other cities who are aspiring to be the Silicon Valley or the cyber hub.
I will say what every minister would want to say, and I would say what every Indian would want to say if they were to be here today. It's a place which marks high professionalism, great entrepreneurship, individual effort, and striving for excellence that is not seen anywhere, any part of the world, remarkably by Indians. And that contribution has in the post-globalization era shown what if entrepreneurship is given as a important activity, the space for it to function without any obstruction, what it can yield for the entire world, largely our community, the Indian community, but I'm sure there are so many others who have equally contributed to it. So for all those great achievers of this Bay Area, many of whom are here, I would think everyone who's here is part of that great achievement. My first big word of appreciation and thank you to showcase to the world that if there is entrepreneurship, the drive towards achieving excellence, and the effort and determination, wherever you are in this earth, you can showcase your achievements and become that pole star which everyone would want to look up to and say, that's how we should do something here.
Minister also mentioned that the Indo-US relation is very nice and that it's a blessing to have a Prime Minister as PM Modi, who has had several great initiatives and is implementing the dream of making India a Viksit Bharat or an advanced nation by 2047, which is like a strong goal to have this turnaround in such a short period of time.
Which are giving us the feeling that every part of the world is today wondering what is going to happen tomorrow morning. Uncertainties existed always, but not at this scale, not at this frequency, not at this intensity. And as a result, in the last 10 years, what we did for India and sort of lifted it out of that lethargy, you find you're now primed to face the global uncertainties, and therefore you're confident you can pass this season through. And that is the credit which I want to give the Honorable Prime Minister. Relentless pursuit for clean, good governance.
There was a Q&A session as well with the diaspora, and the minister has addressed that very gracefully, and to one of the questions she had a very beautiful answer. I felt it was very beautiful. It was coming out of the heart as she mentioned that the actual 4 castes of India, are not those 4 that you are thinking of now with the traditional mindset, but the 4 that PM Modi mentioned, and he didn't call them castes as she mentioned. And I remember she talked about being poor, which means removing poverty, the farmers, and most importantly, women, because we need more women to work in IT and other sectors and come to the front as professionals. Let's hear out what she said.
Sections within the country, you would touch upon everybody. And in a sort of way, he called them the castes, the jati. What are the 4 jatis then? What are the 4 castes? He didn't use the word jati, but later on it got interpreted so. Women, the poor, the youth, and the farmer. I'm sure because all of you all have an Indian origin, you will understand why this has a socio-economic message. Economic you understand because Garib, the poor, will have to be attended to. Women will have to be attended to. You want more of them in the workforce. You want them to be educated. You want them to, be independent. You want them to be empowered. So on. Same you would appreciate as to why the farmers have been included in it. Because farmers in India, particularly in the recent past, at least 40 years, there's been fragmentation of land holding. There are no large estates, no big farms. Small holdings and small farmers are the ones, the marginal farmers are the ones who are doing their maximum best to get our grains, get our pulses and so on. So their productivity, how much ever you try to support, beyond the point cannot increase because so many other factors play into it. The land which is fatigued, the fertilizer that you use, and so on. So the small farmer. And the youth, because India's biggest number, which is a big asset for India, and that's why we constantly keep saying demographic dividend. But if you were to address them, every student, and give them the necessary qualification, skilling, upskilling, and the opportunity with access to opportunity. Opportunity may exist, but is the youth able to reach out and go near it?
And she also mentioned how India has grown, not just in the area of finance, and she gave out some statistics with respect to the GDP and other numbers, how the fiscal deficit is being taken into control and stuff like that. So those numbers were good, progressive data that she talked about.
I don't know if you take interest in reading India's budget statements. They are long sometimes. But in the last few years, we've made some attempt to shorten it. But at least that part which pertains to fiscal deficit is normally, you don't have to search it all over the budget, it's at the tail end. So it'll be easy to go searching for it. You'll get it readily. It was during COVID, when because of the lockdown, the deficit actually rocketed up, and even immediately after that, we came up in 2021 with a clear signal as to how we want to manage our deficit. We gave ourselves year-by-year target and said by the year 2026, our fiscal deficit will come well below 4.5. And that is exactly what we've been following without fail each year.
Besides saying that to see India as a global leader, it's not just the budgetary side, the finance side, but also how India is evolving in its space mission, in the semiconductor space, in the nuclear space, and of course in other areas like medicine and IT. And she has encouraged Indian Americans out here in Silicon Valley, the entrepreneurs, that they should invest in India and bring profits, bring business, bring trading partnership between the two countries, India and US. It's not just about giving back to your family, your extended family, your village and stuff, because that's very personal, that's a different thing. But having a business relation, improving business relationship, trade partnership between two countries is the goal, and Indian Americans can make it happen.
Do something there. You have your extended family, please do something as you would wish. Those are favors which you want to do. I'm not commenting on that. I'm more seeing the potential for opportunities where you can contribute and gain. Because India has shown to the world that it has leadership position in many things, digital public infrastructure. As a result of which people who couldn't think of global market access, one village entrepreneur today is able to touch upon the global market for his wares, for the product that he produces. But who created the digital public infrastructure? Money may be public money, but who created it? It's our own people, the technology experts who did this. We need to now progress more with that kind of a technology related things that we need, the knowledge, strength that India has acquired. So not just the sunrise sectors, but also making sure the leadership in providing the globe with those kind of finer skills which India has shown leadership in. So we want to support that.
So a lot of good points, and short and sweet, but really good visit. And we wish that you will enjoy some of these glimpses here on Your India TV with me, Jasleen Khanuja. So let's take a look, and let's hope that Honorable Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's visit will be a grand success.
Relationship is of a special relationship category. It is a strategic partnership. It's a comprehensive strategic partnership. And since I was in defense earlier and even now, the kind of decisions that we are taking are well integrating us into the defense areas as well of the United States. And there is something which is a kind of a compact where comprehensive capitalization of the opportunities that exist for military partnership and also for accelerating commerce and technology, the compact, is also something which is being activated. So it is not just the trade relationship. In United States is the biggest trading partner for India. And that is why in February when Prime Minister of India came, Shri Narendra Modi ji announced what is today 210 billion trade partnership will touch 500 billion by the year 2030, which is another 5 years. So it is just not words or MOUs, it's action-related relationship.
And also it was wonderful seeing Ambassador Quatra first time in Silicon Valley.
Understand what preoccupies your mind on daily basis, and also get your guidance, get your ideas on where are the contribution tangents that we can draw in the India-US relationship, where your contributions, your network becomes increasingly of greater value in building this relationship further.
It was a well-organized event, a meticulously organized event, and the Consul General of India in San Francisco deserves a big round of applause for doing it at a short notice in a very disciplined manner. Take a sneak peek.
Last year. Ma'am, Bay Area is home to 500,000 members of the Indian diaspora, which is about 10% of the estimated 5 million strong Indian diaspora in the United States. And the diaspora in the Bay Area is recognized for its achievements in various fields, including technology, business, academia, and culture.
All of you, as I said, for taking time out and being here in such large numbers clearly demonstrates, despite the pressures of on your time, the deep and robust commitment that you hold to your own motherland, and I think your presence here is a manifestation of that. So thank you very much for that.